In example 2, we're going to go over how to graph a vertical line. So in this one, it says graph the equation x equals -3 and label 4 points on the graph. Well, this is telling us that the x value always has to be -3. So when I fill out my table of values, I'm going to fill out a -3 for all of my x's. And it says nothing about y, so y can be anything we want it to be. So again, just like before, I can pick 0, 1, 2, and 3 if I wanted to. And if I go plot those points, -3, 0 would be right here, -3, 1, -3, 2, -3, 3, and so forth. What you can see is it's forming this nice vertical line through the x value of -3. If we talk about domain and range of this graph down here, if we start with domain, we're looking for our possible x values. Remember, these are our x values. Will -10 ever find a point on my graph? The answer to that is no, it will never touch that graph. What about -6? -6 will never find a point on that graph, and neither will any point until we get to -3. -3 finds a lot of points on my graph, but it's the only one. If I continue in this direction again, none of those points, none of those x values will find a point on my graph, which means my domain is just x equals -3. If I think about my range is where I'm looking for all my y values. So if I take a look at my range, my y values, will I find a point on my graph? Well, if I go to a y value of 8, yes, it will. 4 finds a point on my graph. 1 will find a point on my graph. As I continue to go down, -10 finds a point on my graph. If I go lower, like to -12, since this line's going to go on forever, it will find a point on my graph. So my range here is all real numbers. Now I would like you to go and do the try this. You can pause it now and unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. If you did this one correctly, you should have put 6's in for all of your x's, and then again any y values that you wanted. If I come over to see my graph, I should have a vertical line through x equals 6, which is right there. My domain should be x is equal to 6, and my range is all real numbers. If you have any questions on graphing vertical lines, please let me know.